This is why birthdays and holidays are so hard during the no contact phase. When I am working with a client on a breakup, we assess the levels of grieving that we are doing throughout the process of a breakup. We don't just think about grief when someone actually passes away or when they are going to pass away and we're preparing for that. We can also think about grief in the context of romantic relationships where you're grieving the future that you thought you were going to have with somebody, where you're grieving the presence of this person in your life, where you're grieving the expectations of who you thought they were when they didn't match up with who they actually were. You're grieving what you thought your life was going to look like with this person, and you're accepting and trying to move into what your life looks like without this person. Birthdays are so hard because they are this tangible touch point where there can be a lot of implicit or explicit expectations from a person, whether or not this person is going to reach out. It's a reason, it's an excuse. Why do all the exes come out of the woodwork like the week of Thanksgiving? Like, it is a thing that if somebody is going to re-enter your life, they may do it around your birthday because it's a reason to reach out. It's a reason to text. So sometimes in the no contact phase, this happens where you were going strong on not talking to this person and then one of you uses it as an excuse. Or sometimes in the no contact phase, there is an upheaval of another feeling of grief that you experience when a birthday passes and the person doesn't reach out. You really thought that maybe there was going to be some sort of reconnection there because it's an excuse to reach out. It's a reason to talk, but then they don't. And then you have to grieve not only the relationship that you were already grieving, but this fantasy or this idea that you may have been holding on to that this person was going to reach out and maybe you guys would get back together around your birthday or around a holiday. It's another reminder in those moments, oh my God, this person is not in my life anymore. That's crazy. It's another Christmas. It's another birthday without this person. Thought this time was going to look like this. Your life doesn't necessarily look bad. Maybe your life is so much better without this person in it, but it's an expectation that you had that you now have to grieve on top of grieving the person, on top of grieving the relationship that you may have already been doing. That is why it's one, important to stay strong in these moments, two, important to have self-compassion for yourself because you're grieving a lot of things at once, and three, why people stay in your life sometimes because they come out of the woodwork and break no contact during these moments. In the breakup process, there's a lot going on. I want you to be gentle with yourself, but also understanding this concept may help you to talk through the expectations and the reality of how things are playing out. And maybe that might help you process the relationship rather than not feeling in control of what's happening and having it just kind of happen to you.